What happens in our brain or in the brain when our sense of identity feels threatened, when the skills or roles that once defined us start to shift?
Yeah, so that's a fascinating question because there's sort of two parts to it. One is what's going on in the brain, and the other is all about identity. And so I'll deal with the second one first. There are a lot of people, and I think it's probably grown over the last couple of decades, where we think of ourselves as our job, as the role we do at work. Step back a moment. You've got an identity in of yourself. It's in this life. You've got consciousness, etc. It's not a one-to-one mapping. So if something changes in your job, your role, or whatever it might be, it doesn't mean that you've become any less attractive or you've changed your demeanor or anything. It hasn't affected you per se. And I may have talked about this at some point in time in the past about how we hang on to our identity. And that is a person I was coaching probably 25 years ago was being outsourced. He was in IT and he was being outsourced. I won't give away any names, but they were taking their whole IT department and they were outsourcing it. There were 210 people or 220 people in the department. A few of them were going to lose their jobs. There was about 5 that were going to lose their jobs. But the rest were going to have the same job. They were going to have the same desk. They were going to have the same manager, the same pay, the same everything. The only thing that was going to change was, in those days, the logo on the check that they received every 2 weeks. The gentleman I was coaching was so tied up with his job that he hadn't actually had the courage to tell his wife that he was being laid off, that he was being outsourced. Not laid off, he was being outsourced. And when we talked about it in depth about what was going on, his words were, I think I'm being thrown out of the world's best club. So he was not only in the role, he was a member of a club and was proud to be there and felt like it. So he went home that night and he committed to tell his wife, and he told his wife. Can you guess what she said?
She probably was okay.
She was fine with it. She had one question. Are we getting paid the same amount of money?
Yeah.
And then he came back the following day. They had a great conversation that night. He came back the following day and said, it feels like the world's off my shoulders now. We get wrapped up with who we are and we relate to who we are is the job we do. No, you're a human being, not a human doing.